one super cool thing, the first thing we saw when we walked into that room, because you could get some booths, was this biocharger machine.
That was sick.
So this machine looked like the thing on the back of the DeLorean. It looked like the flux
Nobody
capacitor.
knows what that means.
Someone's gonna know what the flux capacitor is. It looks like a retro future like machine.
Yeah.
Like a Tesla thing.
It almost looked like an old school, like a giant Tesla coil, but small.
Yeah, with like sparks flying and
Yeah,
stuff.
it was like the size of this table.
Yeah. And what it is you sit next to it for like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And what it does is it mimics the natural electricity of nature that we're missing out on by living these sedentary indoor lives that we live. So if we were cave people, we would be getting like nature's electricity. So we're currently in our lifestyle missing 93% of that.
Yeah.
So the whole idea of this crazy machine is you sit around it
and it literally like charges you and gives you all the good stuff.
It increases your deep sleep, your REM sleep. It increases your HRV and lowers your resting heart rate.
Yeah, and like I thought it would be more expensive. What did he say? It was $17,000.
Yeah,
like that's expensive, yes. But if it promises to do what it does, it would be insane for people not to buy it. Like that's something you should be able to buy and pay monthly for, or like lease, because like most people don't have $17,000 to just spend.
It should be like an AC unit.
Like right now, it's for rich biohacker people only.
Exactly.
Right? But like, let's say we get an office for Pear.
We'll have one.
Immediately, I'm buying one. Like that. And it's something like we could do as like a team, everyone sit down by the thing.
We can do it on the podcast.
It could be right here.
However, none of our phones, we were trying to show people Pear while we were next to me, and our phones were broken.
Yeah, no electronics work next to it. Everything gets all messed up.
And they proved the electricity. They gave us this like light bulb thing.
Oh yeah.
And you just stand next to it and the light bulb in your hand lights up. So we're like conducting this electricity.
That was cool. That was cool. I want one.
And it really made me think of like our original idea before Pear was the conscious homes.
Yeah.
Because we knew like what we're seeing now and what we're trying to teach people on Pear or show them is that your nighttime routine dictates your sleep, but that dictates how you feel in the day, which is more important than your sleep. And we were thinking like, because of our previous lifestyles, the home was the place where we destroyed our recovery. Like always. Home was not the place where we recharged. It's the place where we decharged.
Yeah, you go home, you eat bad food, you go to bed late, you're drinking, you're smoking.
You're doing whatever, you're partying, no one can see you, no one can judge you. It's like you're at peace, it's nice, but it's like being on drugs every night. You're happy to go home because you're gonna get that dose, right?
Yeah.
And in the conscious homes, like let's say our conscious community that we build one day, every house would have this just as much as it would have an AC unit in it.
It would be just as important.
Right? It's cheaper than the AC.
Yeah. Like when I was telling mom about it and she's like, oh, that's expensive. I was like, but like, you're like a 60-plus-year-old woman, especially for those that are getting older.
For bone density and all that stuff.
That's almost nothing. Like
how much did the kitchen island cost?
Exactly. And you do a big renovation on your house or you get a loan to do something or whatever. It's like, no, like, why don't you don't need a new car. You need a longer life.
Yeah. And a better
quality of life. So like, why would you not invest in that?
Yeah. Because the money we spend on stuff is all like psychological on how you perceive what that cost is. So like 17,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Especially in one shot, like an 8-sleep mattress, $3,000. It's a lot of money. But if you compare what you're spending on other things consistently, like we don't want to charge anyone $10 a month to use Pear, right? Because we want to make it free. People have enough charge, but you're spending $10 a day on coffee.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it adds up to like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So it's dollars are perspective.
Actually, you just made me want to ask you this. So you've been using an 8-sleep for about 2 years?
Yeah.
Let's say. Back in the day, we'd always be out of town. We were out of town more than we were in town. We were working, we were traveling the world, we were doing the whole thing, living in hotels pretty much. I always loved it, love hotels. But the big difference this time around was we went to a hotel. It was a nice hotel, comfortable bed and the whole thing, but you didn't have your 8-sleep. So it was one of the first times where you were gone for an extended period of time and you didn't have your 8-sleep mattress and you were in a normal bed. I've always been in a normal bed, so it wasn't really different for me. It was actually better because the hotel room got nice and cold versus my room doesn't get that cold at home. So what was the difference for you? Because I know you weren't into it.
Restless sleep.
Yeah.
I was so hot at night. No matter how cold the room got, the bed was hot. Like, you know that feeling with the pillow, you always got to turn it and move it? That's how the mattress felt for me.
Okay.
And I didn't have Yuli. And I
Yeah.
didn't have like a bunch of things, but it was not comfortable experience. It was not.
Yeah, and that's why like Formula One drivers, they have 24 different races all over different parts of the world. A lot of them, they have the hotels or the teams supply their 8 mattress sleep in their hotel room because they cannot sleep or recover greatly without it. Or they probably can, but they're not going to get the best.
Once you get used to it, it's like my bed, I put it to so cold, and like I'm freezing, like I'm wearing sweatpants because it's so cold. But that it's like that feeling of sleeping in an igloo.
Mhm.
Like that's how I sleep.
Never did it, but
Well, you did it. Didn't you do it outdoor ed back in the day?
no, I got kicked out. I left. We were supposed in grade 9. We went out like all the way into the wilderness, and it was like -20 outside, and we were young, and we had to build these quincies. It's like a type of igloo, same thing, and you had to sleep in it overnight. So we built ours, but around midnight when everyone went to sleep, I went, and me and Brandon, we left. I think Brandon was there. We left. We went back to like the cabin that had heating and a fireplace. I was like, I'm not going to sit outside like a jerk.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it's that feeling, and you sleep really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been setting it colder, and my resting heart rate is going lower at night. Like,
well, they say the best sleep you can get is the colder room you're in.
Yeah, so 43 resting heart rate. That's got to be like my lowest.
That's crazy, yeah.
Because normally around 48, 49. But every house should have, or every conscious home, right, should have an 8-sleep mattress.
Yeah.
Should have a biocharger. I can't wait to get one.
Mm-hmm. We're going to talk more about conscious home another time, but that is the thing we wanted to do before we created Pair. But that required such a heavy investment that it's just impossible right now. So we're still going to try it. I think the next time I buy a home or build a home, it's going to be a fully conscious home, not a smart home that my phone can like do the lights and the air conditioning, but like something where everything in the house like makes you feel better and optimal.
It's like what we're trying to build with the app. Like, we can give you guys 1,000 notifications a day. We can gamify the shit out of it so that you can be addicted to Pair. But every decision we make about what we add to Pair is, does it make the user's life better in a healthy way? And is it kind of fun? And that's the idea here. We're not trying to bombard the users with anything. And so why did I go on to this?
I don't know.
We were talking about conscious homes.
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't know. It was conscious homes. You were making a point, but
yeah, anyway, I was making a point.
Whatever it is, conscious homes are going to be a thing, and we'll talk more in detail about that on a different pod because it'd be fun to get people's comments and thoughts on the conscious home and if it's something they would want. Let's say obviously that something like that would start off like you have it's expensive, so it'll be people willing to
for people who are buying houses, right?
Yeah, building houses and spending the money to put all that wellness stuff in there. But if you had an unlimited bank account, is that something you would like?
Oh, that was my point. Smart home. A smart home is actually a dumb home because it connects all the electronics in a way where you're a kid in the candy store. Alexa, give me Skittles.
Yeah,
like it's ridiculous. But a true conscious home is a house that actually, like, measurably improves your health.
Like when I wake up in the morning in my conscious home, what I would like is via whatever wearable I'm going to have at that time, I wake up, and by the time I get to the kitchen in the morning, the home has the home or the fridge or the cabinet has already given me all of the supplements that I need based off of how my sleep was or how my heart is or how all that stuff
or how
is,
your pee was
or how my morning pee was. Like, I don't have to do anything. I just go there and it's like, hey, Andy, take these. You're going to feel great. Or like, let's say you had less sleep or you're hungover even or whatever.
It's coming.
It's coming. And nobody's doing it right now, but it's coming. So
and that would be,
if anyone has a lot of money and wants to partner up with us in this, let me know because it's a project I would so love to do.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and it would really it would, if everyone's home, if everyone left their house better than when they arrived to it, I'm telling you, we live
world
in
would-
Atlantis.
Yeah, the world would be a
We
great
live in
place.
Agartha.